Hello my dear students, welcome back to my class. In the previous video, we have discussed about typecasting in C. We have learned what is implicit conversion and what is explicit conversion. In today's video, we will start with a new topic which is control statements in C. So let us see what is control statement, types of control statement, and in today's video, we will discuss one type of control statement which is if statement. So let's get started. So those who are new to my channel, please subscribe to my channel and click on the bell icon so that you can get the notification of all the new videos. Control statements in C. So first of all, we will see what is control statement. A control statement is one, as the name itself tells you, it is going to control the flow of execution of a program. So control statement controls the flow of execution of program. So what is this controlling the flow of execution? So we have seen how to write the programs in a simple way. So we have written simple programs. So let me write a small program. I say void main. Just write down some set of statements. And how the compiler is going to execute this? It is going to execute this in a sequential order, one after the other. So if I just want to make some decision and execute only few part of the statements, or if I just want to make some statements to be executed repeatedly, all these things I can't do here. So I have to simply dump all the statements in my main function and make the compiler to execute that in a sequential order. So this is the first type of structure that what we have used already. So which is used by beginners, I can say. So beginners usually opt this kind of programming. They dump all the statements in the main function and we have a sequential flow of execution of the statements. Any statements to be skipped, any statements to be executed based on the evaluation of some condition, any statements to be executed repeatedly, all these things we can't do. So if at all, if I want to make the statements to be executed according to the requirement, then I need to control that flow. And that will be done by control statements. So it is going to control the flow of the execution of the program. Then how it is going to control the statements? So for that, it has to use two different types of control statements. So we have two types of control statements. One is selection control statement. The other one is iteration control statement. So we have two kinds of statements, selection control statements and iteration control statements. So let us see what is the selection and iteration. Selection control statement. So selection control statement is also called as conditional control statement. It is also called as conditional control statement, or it is also called as decision making statement. Decision making statements. So selection control statements, or we can call it as conditional statements or decision making statement. The name itself tells you here we write some statements. We will have some condition. Based on the evaluation of the condition, the statements will be selected for execution. So here, based on the condition, the statements will be selected for execution. So conditional control statement. So based on some condition, the statements will be selected for execution. This is how these statements will be controlled. So which are all those selection control statements? So we have a list of selection control statements, conditional control statements, or what are called as decision making statements. So we have simple if statement, if else, if also called as else if ladder, then we have nested if, then we have switch statement. So these are the different types of selection control statements, and we have to discuss about all these videos one by one. Simple if else, if, nested if and switch. Iteration control statements. Iteration. What is the meaning of iteration? Iteration means repetition. So when I want some set of statements to be executed repeatedly based on the evaluation of some condition, then I make use of iteration control statements. So here in iteration control statements also called as looping control statements. They are also called as looping control statements. And how the statements gets executed? If I want to make some statements to be executed repeatedly, then we make use of this iteration control statements. So which are all the different types? Here we have, so we have a list of iteration control statements. We have while, do while and for. So again we have to discuss about all these statements one by one. Selection control statement. So in today's video we will discuss about the simple if statement, the first type of selection control statement. Simple if statement is also called as one-way branching. If statement, first of all, it is called as simple if, or it can also be called as one-way branching. And let us see how to use this simple if. The keyword used for this if statement is if, and it should be in lowercase. Followed within brackets, we have to put the test condition, or we also write it as expression, whatever it may be. Based on the evaluation of the test condition, if the test condition evaluates as true, then this immediate statement gets executed and the control will be to statement X. But if the condition evaluates as false, this immediate statement will be skipped, control will be to statement X. So based on the evaluation of the condition, if the condition evaluates as true, statement 1 gets executed and continued with statement X. It can be anything. But if the condition evaluates as false, this immediate statement will be skipped. Control will be straight away to this statement X. If you have only one statement for execution, I need not enclose that with open and close brace. If you have multiple statements, then you have to put the open and close braces. So then based on the evaluation of the condition, if it is true, execute this block and continue with the statement X. But if it is false, skip this complete block and control will be to statement X. This is the flow of the execution. So let us say a small example. I need to check whether the person is eligible to vote or not. So the person is eligible to vote or not is checked based on the age. So if the age is greater than or equal to 18, then I can say the person is eligible to vote. So just assume I have a variable, say age of integer type, and the value I have initialized as 48. Now let me check the condition. If age greater than or equal to 18. So what is the value in age? So in the memory block age, the value that what I have stored is 48. Is 48 greater than or equal to 18? Yes. The condition is true. Then execute this immediate statement and it can have some next statement which is in the program that gets the execution. Means you have this statement immediately after the evaluation of the condition. If it evaluates as true, this immediate statement gets executed and continued with some statement X that what we have in our program. But if the condition evaluates as false, if it becomes false, then this immediate statement gets skipped and the control will be to some statement X. You can still understand better with the flow chart. Look at this flow chart. Is expression. We usually write it as is. We don't write it as if in the flow chart. Is expression. This is the decision making symbol. Inside the decision making symbol, we are checking the condition. Is the condition evaluates as true? Writing this true and false is very much essential. If it evaluates as true, come down, execute this statement 1, again go down, execute statement X. But if the condition evaluates as false, if it is false, see here, straight away the control is to this point and it will come over here and the control will be to statement X. Look at this. See, if true, execute this statement, then execute statement X. True, statement 1, statement X. False, skip this. So I am going to skip this. Straight away the control is to statement X. That is the statement that what we have in the program. So this is what with the simple if. We will see some actual programs in the next coming videos and all. And we will see the remaining type of selection control statement and iteration control statements in the next coming videos. So that's all for today's video. See you in the next video. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.